Alright, so today we are finally getting around to showcasing the new MANOR version of Orihime. I was lucky enough to pull it on my account. I think she's a very solid character and I'm happy to showcase it today on the channel. If you haven't already seen it, we did showcase the Sun and also Yumachika, both very high valued characters. We both put them very high on our most recent tier list. Again, recommend you guys check that out too. For today, though, we're here to focus on Orihime, looking absolutely cute. Let's see, though, how she performs in the game Bleach Brave Souls. So having a look at Orihime, she is a speed human with the Holo Kill ability. She is currently the second speed human character with the Holo Killer, but technically the first summonable character with that affiliation and killer combination. It doesn't really matter that much, but this definitely could come in handy in certain Senkamon quests. Could definitely see us get a new Senkamon stage in the future where you're kind of required to bring her. So having her is going to be good for that particular idea. But regardless of that, she is an SP-based character, so she is going to be doing majority of her damage on her strong attacks, and the best way to look at this particular Orihime is a support character. She is a good DPS character, she can definitely pull her own weight, but she isn't going to be as crazy when compared to some of the, most recent powerhouse characters that just do ridiculous amounts of damage. She's more tame in her damage, but she does provide some really good support, and that's where you're mainly going to get the most use out of this particular character. Mainly though, with that particular SA2, as the SA2 is a boost and barrier, which does have the multi-barrier skill, so it's a +5 barrier for herself, a +3 barrier for your teammates, enhances, so it's a 20-second boost, and the most important skill, booster. So instead of providing your team with a 33% attack, focus, and defense increase, it's now 43%. That's actually really good and makes her one of the best guild quest supports in the entire game. You can technically use her on any guild quest week you want to, and the fact that she's naturally immune to every status ailment, which you could potentially share to your main character or other side character, again, just makes her a really good support character in any guild quest, and by far, in my opinion, the best support in the entire game. So that's definitely going to be the highlight of this character and why you might potentially want her. She's going to make Yamamoto nuke guild quest easier, so she definitely does have value on your account, especially because when compared to Yumachika and also Sun, she doesn't increase any drop rate. She's just a standard good support character, but she does pick up a few benefits in Arena. We're not going to showcase that today, maybe sometime in the future once I work on this account more, but for Orihime fans, she's definitely a fun character to play around with in no PvP content, guild quest, and also Arena. With that said though, let's demonstrate that strength and see how good she actually is. Alright, so jumping into our quest then, we are currently in the IT quest, where she is actually going to be a pretty good character for that because she can actually inflict status ailments on every single attack except her SA2, and because she is immune to every status ailment, that makes it a lot safer to use. She might clear a tad bit slower because her DPS isn't as high, but she's definitely safe enough to use, especially if you are, again, an Orihime fan. This character is mainly for Orihime fans out there that really want a good Orihime to use in general PvP content. She is going to make for a decent carry, and right now she does have killer. So what we're going to do here is use our SA1. It's going to be a pushback attack, not really the best type of attack, but it does do the job. It can potentially inflict status ailments. Looks like we're hitting for like 1.4k. Let's then use the SA2, which hit around 4.8k. Nice little cute design when it comes to the shield, and then using the SA1, and now we're hitting around a 1.8k. So definitely a pretty decent increase per hit here. Looking at the SA3 as well, let's do that. 3.7k, whereas without the boost, so hitting around 4.7k there, I believe, on a critical. And then without the boost, we're hitting around 3.7k. So again, pretty notable difference here when it comes to the damage. And again, she's just a very smooth character. I really do love characters like this where they can just stand wherever they want to. The SA1 definitely is the weakest part about her kit, and it would have been significantly more ideal here had she been given a better SA1 because her SA2 does charge a tad bit slower, but I don't think it ruins the character. And what I do like about this character too is that she does get the extra 6% recharge when at full stamina. Now, she doesn't have any ways to stay at full stamina in terms of healing, but of course she does have that multi-barrier SA2, and because you have the extra 6% recharge at full stamina and immune to every status ailment, it's going to be actually very hard for you to take any type of hits with this character, because that boost and barrier is just always going to be active. Unless you really mess up here, you're always basically going to be at full stamina. And even then, as we can see here, the SA2 did come back, and because we had that extra 6% recharge, we have a few seconds of leeway before we need to use that SA2 again to then get the barrier back. Normally with a character like this, you have to use the SA2 instantly, but not with Orihime. But let's use our Soul Bomb against Ichigo. Again, a really cute Soul Bomb. That's the main thing about this character. Like, not only is she a good character, she just looks cute doing it too. Look at that swell. But in that case, we got a 3-minute clear time. Not good whatsoever, but we weren't going for a good clear time. So now let's try and clear it a bit faster and see how it does go. All right, so jumping into our second quest then, we're going to do this. Use our SA1 into the 2. There we go. Can we try and group these enemies up and then use our SA3 here? I can, unfortunately not. But what I do like about this character definitely is the SA2. The SA2 definitely does feel a tad bit powerful here. We can use our SA3 like that. Absolutely lovely. Her SA2 in question is actually a 960 AoE in front of her. Really good, again, for Guild Quest purposes, right? Again, we can't showcase it in Guild Quest, but do understand she is a probably the best support for that particular game mode, right? The 960 with actual damage, because she is an SP character, is going to be really good for syncing with any, soul bomb nukers if you are trying to go for fast clear times. Thus far, though, we actually are clearing a bit quick here. Let's use our soul bomb here. Was that the right place? Not really sure that was the best soul bomb, but we'll go with it. Already into this room. Going to give it a couple seconds. Again, thus far, haven't need to worry about taking any damage right now. The launch strike definitely is helping us here. And of course, the extra survivability with the immunity is always nice. I already mentioned it, but the SA1 being the pushback attack is kind of unfortunate, but I guess they wanted to kind of balance her, because if she had like a beam SA1, oh my god, she would have been one of the better speed characters. She already is, to be fair, but like she would have been absolutely cracked if she had a really good SA1. Like if we're talking like a Retsu beam, 3000 limp beam in front of her with the extra recharge, oh my god. They're trying to balance them. Every character that we have received thus far with that extra 6% recharge, they haven't really gotten the best type of SA1, right? Usually it's a bit wonky, or it's a lunge forward, for example. The only character to have a good SA1 with that extra bit of recharge, to my knowledge right now, is, of course, Safi Retsu, the first character to introduce that extra bit of recharge skill. And they probably realized how broken it was, so they haven't done it since, but there we go. I mean, for a support character to clear IT in single player, keep that in mind, in 1 minute and 25 seconds, I mean, that's not really too bad. She isn't a character that's meant to clear content fast, but she is going to do it safe. And I feel like if you do max transcend her, hypothetically, you definitely can use it to carry IT sessions if you really want to. And she's going to do a pretty good job at keeping your teammates alive too. Combined with an Akon, it's not going to be too bad. She'll get that extra 20% sand that allows her to do a tad bit more damage. For epic raid content, if we eventually get a Linkstop Potion character, she's definitely a good character for that, just to boost up your team. I mean, speed's already cracked to begin with when it comes to epic raid farming, and you throw a boost character like this into the mix, oh, it's going to be absolutely crazy. So again, definitely a character you want to invest into if you actually are a Orihime fan. I myself do like Orihime. Personally, I won't see myself using it in general PvP content that much, but I am liking her gameplay, I will admit. For me, though, the main use I'll see with this character is basically in Guild Quest, right? Again, that 960 SA2 is going to be really good, even when she doesn't have killer. Although I guess for Guild Quest purposes, if she had a different killer, it'd be maybe a tad bit more ideal here, because she does support Yamamoto, but Yamamoto is him. Yamamoto doesn't need any support, right? Like, man nukes through Guild Quest 2 out of 5 with, like, decent supports. 5 out of 5, he nukes by himself. So with Orihime, it kind of is overkill, I will admit. But again, you can use it outside of... Oh, we didn't even have to use our sub-bomb. But again, you can use it outside of the Hollow Guild Quest. Mainly, though, you have to use it in the melee Guild Quest weeks. Despite being a ranged character, that SA2 is classed as a melee attack. So ideally, you want to use it in the melee Hollow Guild Quest. Could potentially get away with using it in the range Hollow Guild Quest. But keep in mind that SA2 won't be doing any damage because she doesn't have Sharpshooter. But at the very least, SA1 and 3 would be able to do a bit of damage there. But as already mentioned multiple times, you can again also use it in any melee Guild Quest week, because that SA2 is still going to just be really good for boosting up your team, and that's definitely where I can see myself using her. I currently use Christmas Yoruichi in a few of my Guild Quest teams, and this Orihime is basically her better. So with that said, lads, that was the video for today, showcasing the new mana version of Orihime. Again, pretty solid character, nothing like super amazing, but definitely a good enough character to be used, especially if you are a fan of Orihime. This is pretty much for Orihime fans, right? It's been a minute since she has received a new character, now she got one. Of course, as always, she's playing the support role, gonna be a really good support in Guild Quest, Arena, can be a good carry in IT with some investment, and can also see some play in epic raids once we do get the Linkstop Potion skill, where then she can become a Linkstop farmer. Her character model's cute, soulbom's cute, everything about this character is quite cute, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of like a cuteness overload here. I really love the design for her, and quite frankly, I'm happy this character does exist. The Bond version of Orihime also recently got a resurrection, one of the better resurrections to date in my opinion, at least in terms of upgrades. Like, she did get a pretty good upgrade, so Orihime fans are quite frankly eating this month. But with that said, lads, that was the video for today. Hope you lads did enjoy it. Let me know in the comments below what you lads think about this Orihime, and I'll see you lads next time. Take care and peace.